Hello children, hope all of you are fine. Dear children, in this video I am going to start statistics and I'll be explaining you lesson number 1, the theory of statistics, in which I'll be explaining you about the definitions of statistics, statistics in singular form, statistics in plural form, then characteristics of statistics, functions of statistics, importance of statistics, and the limitations of statistics. First of all, let me tell you that statistics word is similar to the statistic of German language and status of the Latin language. In German language, the spelling is S-T-A-T-I-C-K, and in Latin language, the spelling is S-T-A-T-U-S. Both these words means the political conditions. Actually, very earlier age, the statistics was used by only the states. The states in economics means the government. When there was no consumerism, when there was very few trading activities, and the functions of economics like consumption, investment, savings, all these were at very small stage. At that time, this statistics was used only by the political parties, state, government. But nowadays, it is being used by even the small entrepreneurs also, small shopkeepers also. So the importance of statistics and use of statistics has increased to a large extent. First of all, I tell you the definitions of statistics given by different economists in plural sense. According to Pauli has been very famous economist. He said that statistics are the numerical sentences or the facts in any department of inquiry placed in relation to each other. Means the statistics are the numerical values which are related to each other in the facts or in the state of the inquiries. Then next definition has been given by the Union and Crandall, that is, by statistics we mean collective data affected to a marked extent by the multiplicity of causes. Means these are the numerical data which are affected by number of causes, which we will see later on. What are the causes? Now we see the definition of economics, the definition of statistics in singular form. In singular form, statistics means the science of statistical methods. It refers to the methods or the techniques related to collection of data, classification of data, use of data, presentation of data, analyzing the data, and entrepreneuring the quantitative data. It means the statistics means collecting the data, analyzing the data, using the data, interpretation of data, etc. Now the next topic is the characteristics of statistics. First of all, the first characteristic of statistics is the statistics is an aggregate of facts. Means generally a single number cannot be statistics. When I say the height of Ramesh is 5 feet 3 inches, it cannot be said to be the statistics. There should be some other numbers which should have been given the relationship with this number, or it should have been used for comparing those numbers with those numbers. Second thing is, statistics are numerically expressed. Simple statements cannot be called statistics. Statistics involve the numerical values. So, when we say Ramesh is a good student, Ramesh is an intelligent student, it cannot be said to be the statistics. But when we explain it in IQ, that this is the IQ of Ramesh and this is the IQ of Radha. Then these two numbers, when these are compared, interpreted, presented through different methods, then only it will be called statistics. Third thing is, statistics is affected by the multiple causes. Like if we talk about the poverty, this is the condition of poverty in India. Suppose we say in India, 85% people live in rural areas. Then what are the causes why the majority of the people stay in the rural areas? That is affected by multiple causes. Like agriculture is the main sector. Agriculture sector is the main sector which provides employment to the people. India is an agricultural country. Earlier the state of education was not good. Then that is why these are the causes that many of the people, a large number of the population resides in rural areas. Then next may be the reasonable accuracy. In statistics, there should be reasonable accuracy. There should be reasonable accuracy while collecting the data and while using the data. If the reasonable accuracy, 100% accuracy is not adopted, not used, then the results will be wrong. Next is the predetermined purpose. When we are using statistics, there should have been a definite purpose. Predetermined purpose should be there. Why we are collecting these data? Why we are trying to find out the mean, median, mode, index number? What is the purpose? So there should be a definite predefined purpose of statistics. Then next is the statistics are enumerated or estimated. This is very common factor that all the statistical data, they are either enumerated or estimated. Next thing is the statistics should be collected in a systematic manner. Before collecting them, a proper plan should have been prepared. Means, as I told earlier, there should be predetermined purpose. We should know why we are collecting these data, what are the reasons, what are the purposes, and according to that we should prepare the plan, we should prepare the questionnaire according to our purpose. So these are the characteristics of the statistics. Now we talk about the importance of characteristics. Generally, what are the functions due to that only the importance of statistics is there. First thing is, statistics explains the things, the economic problems in very easy way. When we explain anything, any problem, either it is we want to show the demerits or merits of any fact. If we explain them in simple statements, this will not be understood properly. This may not be analyzed properly. But when we give the quantitative data, when we give the numerical values, like suppose if we say that China is stronger than India and India is stronger than Pakistan, we don't have much explanation about it. But when we give the data of how many tanks are there, how many fighter planes are there, how many submarines are there, how many military personnel are there, when we give the quantitative data, then we will be able to understand the problem properly. Next importance of statistics is that it explains the intersectoral and interpersonal comparisons. Intersectoral means between different sectors. We can compare different sectors with the quantitative data, with the numerical values. What is the production of agricultural sector? What is the production of secondary sector or tertiary sector? What is the contribution to the employment in different sectors? When we talk about different sectors, it is intersectoral comparison, and intertemporal means when we are analyzing the problem over a period of time. Like if we want to study the condition of employment in the service sector from 1961 to 2020, then it is called the intertemporal comparison. Then next is the statistics helps us to find out the cause and effect relationship. Cause and effect relationship. Everything has the cause and effect relationship in statistics and in economics. Like poverty. If we talk about poverty, poverty is the cause of unemployment and unemployment is the cause of poverty. There is cause and effect relationship between many of the variables. So statistics helps us to know that. Next is the economic forecasting. Statistics helps us to find out the quantitative data of any problem. Then, based on those data, we can forecast what will happen in future. We can make forecasting. Like studying the prices of the shares of previous months, we can predict what will be the prices of particular shares of particular company in the near future. What will be the demand? The producers and sellers, they predict about the demand and supply, seeing the previous data. The statistics provides it. And accordingly we formulate the policies on the basis of those predictions. So these are the importance of statistics. Next is the functions of statistics. These are also correlated. These topics are correlated with each other. Presentation of facts and figures. All the problems are presented in figures, which makes easier to understand. In statistics, we use bar diagrams, histograms, pie charts, etc. And those problems become easier to be understood. Next is the easy and brief presentation of the facts. If any problem is presented numerically with the numerical facts, numerical values, then we can explain these problems briefly with less efforts in better ways. Statistical helps us to understand that. Then establishment of a relationship, we can relate different problems with each other, seeing the data, like the unemployment, like the poverty, like the illiteracy, like the birth rate, death rate, net enrollment ratio, gross enrollment ratio, HDI, etc. All these problems can be related to each other with the help of statistics. We can compare them. We can relate them, we can compare them. So statistics helps us to compare the different types of problems, and of course we to relate different problems. Again, forecasting, statistics helps us to forecast the magnitude of the problems, and accordingly we will be able to frame the policies. Next topic is the limitations of statistics. Of course, statistics has a number of uses, number of merits, but whatsoever is, everything which has merits has some demerits also. Statistics also has some limitations. Like statistics only presents the numerical facts. We can say that Ravinder is an intelligent boy. He has got 90% marks. So when we say that any child has got a higher percentage of marks, it is understood that that child is a good student. But it is not explaining the facts that how much social that student is. We cannot explain that how much good relations, how much obedient that student is, how much honest that student is. It does not explain those emotional values. The statistics results should be studied with reference only. If these results are not studied with reference, then results will not be useful. So we should have some reference with what the problem should be related. Then next problem with the statistics is statistics gives us the average position only. It gives us the mean position only. It does not show us the better or worse conditions. Then statistics results are mostly not 100% correct, because statistics results depend on the collection of data, and collection of data depends on two things: on the data collector, investigator, and the responses of the respondents. If the respondents have not given the correct responses, correct informations, then also the result will be wrong. Similarly, if the investigator has not collected the data with full swing, then also the results will be wrong. Another problem with the statistics is it discloses only the problems, it does not give us the solution. It will tell us how much poverty is in India. It will tell us how much illiteracy is there in India. It will tell us how much what is the birth rate in India, what is the death rate in India, what is the condition of beggary in India. But it does not give any solution to these problems. Solutions are given either by economics or by psychology or by sociology. So economics, statistics does not give us the solutions. Another limitation is that there are chances of misuse of statistics. You know it very well because it can be explained with the present context also. Nowadays, we have got numerous data regarding our armed forces, and China is trying to invade those data in our fields by the cyber crime. They are hacking our data. So whenever we are collecting the data, if these data are there in the hands of the illegal persons, irresponsible persons, then these data may be misused. Last limitation of the statistics is that the statistics can only used by the expert persons. It cannot be used by a layman. It cannot be used by any person who does not have the knowledge of statistics, collection of data, or using the formulae of the statistics, etc. only the expert persons can utilize statistics. That is why the statistics is distrusted. There is one question arises that why the statistics is distrusted. These are the all causes why the statistics is distrusted. Many times in statistics, we ignore the references. As I told just now, the statistics should be, any problem should be analyzed with reference. If references are ignored, then the results will not be useful. The labor will be going away. Then another thing is, statistics is a complicated science. It cannot be used by the common person. The statistics problems, they need proper concentration. Many times it happens that when same problem is analyzed by two or more persons, the results are different. Why the results are different, I told earlier also. Because in statistics, it depends on two persons, investigator and the respondent. If any of them provides or is careless, then the results will be wrong. Sometimes the investigator may be biased. Not sometimes, many times, the investigators are biased. They want to give the particular result in favor of some person, some company or some party. Like you must have seen some channels during the elections. Any particular channel related to any particular party, political party, predicts in the favor of that party. So when the investigator is biased, then the results will be wrong. And all these facts, all these causes give us wrong results, and these are the causes why the statistics is distrusted. This is all about this chapter. The next chapter we will be taking some other issue in statistics. Till then,